Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of All the Rumors Are True. Today I'm going to talk about PMOS, which was formerly known as PCOS. So this is something that I have and I've suffered with for multiple years now. And it's one of those things that you hear about it, you hear people talk about it. I would see on reality TV shows sometimes girls talking about how hard of a time they had with it. It's one of those things that, another reason why I started this pod, if I couldn't find the help, let me try to be the help. And PCOS really has changed my life in, substantial ways, and I'm going to get into some of those. But I do have to state the new name. Polyendocrine Metabolic Ovarian Syndrome is the new name. It's been PCOS to me my whole life, so it's just going to be PCOS, but you know what I'm talking about. So I started having ovarian cysts at a very young age, and it was to the point that I was being hospitalized because the cysts were so large, they would rupture. I would have this pain that I couldn't explain. I didn't know what it was, what to do about it, and I would go get seen. Well, the pain would obviously eventually subside because the cyst had already ruptured. Right, so then I started seeing specialists about it. And ladies, you're not crazy if this OB or ER doc or whomever you're seeing is saying, get on birth control. Because I heard that over and over and over. It's like, oh, get on birth control, it's gonna help with your PCOS. That's a lie. It might help you for a little bit. It might help you long-term, I guess, when it comes to how fast you form the cyst. But when those cysts rupture, it doesn't matter. And it took me multiple hospital trips, hospital stays, surgeries to finally realize, okay, this is what I have and what can I do to get help? Here I am trying to be your help. So I'm gonna start with hair, okay? As you can see, my hair is up right now, very thin now, if you can't tell. I used to have the thickest hair. It was unbelievable. I then started going to see a dermatologist, all these other doctors. I'm like, why is my hair falling out? I don't know what's happening. I haven't changed anything in my diet. I haven't done anything different. What's going on? Well, there's one sign of this terrible, I guess it's called disease. I don't know. This terrible condition that we have. Diet, no matter the amount of diet and exercise that you do, it's not going to change what's going on. If I hear one more doctor tell me, hey, Millicent, you should change your diet and you should exercise more. No, fool, my hair's still falling out. I still have this large abdomen that I can't even explain. I cannot eat for 3 days if I'm stressed out or sick or something, and I will gain 10 pounds. And this is all symptoms from PCOS, PMOS. So if you are a female and you experience these things, don't think you're crazy. Don't think birth control is going to help you. Don't think diet and exercise are going to change it. And the hair loss too, right? Like you can do Nutrafol, or you can go get a prescription for like minoxidil. You can do things like that. But if you're ever expecting to see some sort of like very large change by doing a few small changes on your journey, it's really not probably going to help. I mean, I can't say that. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just speaking from my own experience. Heating pads have changed my life, right? The periods are just out of control. And if you have it, you understand. Not like periods are easy anyway, but have some Motrin or some Tylenol on deck. And when you start feeling that cramping and you're like, oh, I think a cyst is about to rupture, I can feel it coming, like get ahead of it, stay on top of it. Another thing about this that I know a lot of women struggle with is fertility. And it really does hinder your ability to get pregnant. I mean, that's like a known fact. And I hate that we're in a place that not all of us can afford healthcare and we can go. And that's why I really wanted to talk about this today, because I have been fortunate enough to be able to see some of the best specialists, some of the best physicians. And it's like I still get the same answers. And it's frustrating. you're kind of always in limbo with it, because it's like, okay, I've changed what this one doctor told me to do, and now I've gone and see this new one, and he's saying to change this, and it's like, okay, but like, which one of y'all do I listen to? I just got 3 opinions and all 3 were different, right? One other thing is like getting diagnosed. So a coworker of mine recently, her daughter's having some troubles, and she was explaining to me kind of the things, you know, the facial hair, the loss of hair on your head, the stomach that you just look like you're pregnant and you're not on your period, or you're not pregnant, or you're dieting and your stomach just keeps growing. So she started talking to me about all this stuff, and I was like, you know what, I really should do a pod on this, because she has now seen multiple physicians and nobody can pinpoint it, which it could be endometriosis, it could be something else as well, but it took me a long time to get to the point of finally being diagnosed. And again, there's not like one magic thing, one magic pill that you're gonna take. I'm still plucking chin hairs. I have the nose hair of a grown man. Thanks, Dad. Thanks. And then all the hair on my head's falling off. Like, make it make sense. Why don't you take it off here? Get it off the leg. Like, hello? Like, put it back on my head. Nobody asked for this. Anyway, so she was talking to me about how her daughter can't figure out what's going on, and I was like, okay, try this, try this, try this. And by the way, if you get a biopsy or have any of those exams done, buckle up for safety, buddy, because it hurts. They're like, oh, I'll call you in an 800 milligram Motrin to HEB. You can go right back to work. The last time I had a biopsy, I think I had to take 4 days off. Like, physically couldn't walk. I was like, I need a cane. What's going on? So if you're experiencing any of these symptoms, or your partner, husband, fiance, whatever, is like, you're crazy, I can't deal with you anymore, you might have PMOS, you might have endometriosis. I mean, don't let it get ahead of you to the point where you're scared to like, I don't want to be diagnosed with this. It's like, no, because at least you know. And the fatigue, whoo, the fatigue. I heard something recently and it said women die twice. And she was referring to menopause and then death. And I'm like, nah, sis. Women die really when they start their period. If you're dealing with endometriosis, PMOS, you're actively dying. We're only good about 1 week a month. And that's a hard 1 week. And then we go back to 3 weeks of chaos. And, you know, just tired, hair growing, stomach won't stop, cyst rupturing in the middle of the night. And you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It's terrible. So I'm going to go with, I think women die a couple times in their life. For sure when they start their period. So basically the good years that women have is when we're up to like what age? Girls are starting much younger now. But like we got maybe 13 years of good, not paying bills and not having a period. And then the rest of our life, that's what we get. That is what we get. You know what, lady? Throw that fit because you deserve it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see y'all soon.